All right, let's try this. Looks like everything's working now. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I messed it up. Need a haircut. Need a big haircut. Need to get all my hairs cut. All of them. A little close on there. Feel very close. Very close to the camera. There's two people. I messed the other one up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I messed it all up. What's up, Corey? There's Corey Wilkerson. There's Andre Navarez. Hello. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? How you all doing? What's up, Richard? Steve, Leos, what's going on? Oh, London. What's up, Jamie? What time is it there? It's like 5 hours ahead, right? Like 9 o'clock there? 9, 10? Steve Zedman. What a wonderful, wonderful person. Still in Florida, Steve? 10 p.m. That's close. Ecuador. Wow. Nice and warm. I'm in Iowa. Iowa. It's a whole different state than where I'm from. In a hotel again. You can see. Hey, do you use any power conditioners on your equipment? I do not, Jeffrey. No, I don't. I just plug it in right into the wall. Right into the wall. Ron had us scared. He said he was doing a fundraiser for Randy, and I thought he was talking about you. No. Corey Wilkerson's from Iowa. Cool. 5 a.m. in Hong Kong. John Long, what are you doing up? Hold on. I gotta bring the monitor mix up. Check, 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 check. It's not working. Whatever. Tanzania. We had another person from Tanzania. His name was Steve too. NH2 Sipu Zeros 2.1. Any good? I think I reviewed those. I didn't particularly care for them. I thought they had some mm, resonance issues on top. Do you get hiss on your speakers? Like in general? I do not. I don't. No. Johnny, you're welcome. Let's see if I can read this. Scott, I'm just messing with you. I'm from Newport, Rhode Island. I had a pretty intense summer in Newport, Rhode Island at the Naval Science Institute. Hey, from Michigan. I was one of the four people with Giles last Monday. He's a character and had us all cracking up. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that, Mr. AA. Yeah, like when not playing and if your amp is turned on. Yeah, Jeffrey, I don't. My amps have a pretty low noise floor though, but some amps will. Wisconsin. All right. Major Static X. I like that. I like that name. Hey, Randy, you reached out to me yesterday and I appreciate it. Quick question. How much better is the Emotiva TA100? Um, Paul, I don't remember what you're comparing it to. What are you comparing it to? Mm-hmm. Then this, oh, DH90, 190, it's quite a bit, significantly better. Significantly better. Um, Pretty much on every level. Better signal noise ratio, better phono preamp, has a DAC in it, has preamp outs. I mean, it's significantly better. Yeah, it's very interesting growing up here. It's a pretty unique city. Just great if you like to party. Yeah, I partied pretty hard when I was there. What's your opinion of the KLH bookshelf speakers? I haven't heard them, Richard. I'd like to. I'd like to hear the Model 5, actually. That looks pretty cool. Looks very cool. Did y'all watch the DIY shootout? Looks like I have a bald spot in my beard right here. I'll have to get some beard dye. Revo Concerto 2 M16. I haven't heard those. I haven't. Excuse me. I haven't heard the Revel. Ron just did sound clips with commentary with a Revel or Revel. Revel. Tony Jenkins, Tulsa Tony in the house. Do I know how often TA 100s for sale? They don't usually put them on sale. It's a very fair price. $400 very fair price. They don't always have them in stock though. I haven't tried the LS50 Metas. I'd like to. Yamaha or Sony receiver for 149. How many channels? Hey, love the channel. Thanks, Ronald. What do you think about outdoor speaker depot amps and their preamp? I don't know that. I've never looked into those. I haven't looked into those. You know, Mr. Worsley, I've only heard these Sony, so I couldn't comment on what the Yamaha sounds like. I think the Sony's pretty good. At $100, the Sony's really good. Anything worth considering other than the ELAC 6.2 at that price range? Oh, sure. You have the E uh, Q Acoustics 30 eyes. They're about $400. You have, oh boy, I think the ELAC B 5.2s are better than the 6.2s, personally. Let's see, what else do you have in that price range? Um, I think the Clips RP600M, pretty good, $400. Actually, I think the ELAC Unify UB 5.2s are on sale for like 450 right now, which is a heck of a deal. In that price range, the 6.2s are okay. They're not my favorite, but they're good. Oh, Paul, how often are they in stock? I want to be patient and wait for the Emotiva, but I won't wait too long. They come back in stock. I think Emotiva is working on some other stuff too. So if you can hold out, I think they might have a whole new line. I don't know though. You hook up the clip shit? Yes, Brian, I have. I absolutely have. Male pattern beard baldness. Is that heredity? Probably. I think it's because of the color of my beard here. Because actually, yeah, there's hair there. It's just white and it's gray. That's why I got a gray. Oh, hmm. Hooked up the slip male. Okay, boo. I already talked about pattern beard baldness. I got to take one of these out. I can't hear myself very good. You checked out any deckwear products? No, I haven't. I haven't. I'd like to. They're like 6 months for to make an amp right now. After Andrew Robinson did that review, their lead time went up to like 6 months. Do you feel both the Encore and the Crichton are much better than the Emotiva B1 Plus and ELAC UB 5.2? If so, how much better? They're quite a bit better. The B1 Plus is a little bit different because it has a folded ribbon tweeter, so there's more clarity, but it's not as well balanced as the Encore. Um, I would say I don't know because it's hard to say, yeah, this is sounds like $1,000 speaker, $2,000 speaker. The only thing I can say is the Crichton and the Encore are far and away the best speakers that I've heard. Do you feel okay? Did you get a parent? Yes, I do have the Virus. Just got the towers and sound stage is nice. IMAX scale. I have them. They're still in the box. I haven't gotten them out there. I haven't listened to them yet. Ooh, Q150s for 325 Canadian. I like them so much more in my old Q100s. That's awesome. I love that Q150. That's a good speaker. Picking up a Fozzy BT30D. and Sony SSCS5s. Any thoughts? Anybody? I think that sounds like an awesome combo. After the center channel review got me thinking about adding one. Are there any options for a three channel amp other than the AV receiver? Yes, actually, Emotiva has a three channel amp. They do. But you can't just have a three channel amp. You're going to have a processor going into that amp. So you're going to need probably some type of home theater processor to make sure that actually the center channel is actually going to the center. Otherwise, you're just going to get PCM. It's going to split it, and then it's going to go into all three channels. I don't know how that works, but I know you need a surround processor to run a true three channel. Thoughts on Ascend Acoustics or HSU Research? I think HSU, are they the concentric drivers? And Ascend, I think I talked to Ascend once, and they were going to send me some stuff out, but I don't think they ever did. Are Golden Ear BRX considered cheap audio? I don't know. I haven't spent any time with those. Oh, Golden Ear. I'll have to check those out. Just bought signature Fluence speakers. What's a good subwoofer to add? Oh, Worsley, it depends on your price range. If you can afford it, the SE8 would be a great subwoofer. It's $300 from Emotiva. Um, let's see. I think any of the budget stuff probably work for it. With it, if you can stretch the budget, SVS um, SB1000 is fantastic. $500 though. Hey Dave B, what's up? Cheers to you. Bought the appearing super tweeter and it brought my room to life, at least in my mind. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Feliciano. What's up, dude? I got myself an Outlaw audio. Awesome. I'd love to hear some Outlaw stuff. Never listened to IEMs. Am I missing out? They're pretty good. Actually, I have some right here. These are the queens of audio. Um, yeah, they're. I like IEMs, especially when I'm on the road. I mean, you can just stick the whole thing in your pocket. It's very cool. Uh, love from the US. Ramel. Are you planning on doing any reviews on uh, Nobo Sound and not topping or any other Chinese deck? I just got a couple Chinese things in. I can't remember the names of them, but they look really good so far. Oh, Steve Zedman saying that golden ears are usually over 2 grand. Are you familiar with Edifier? 1280 dB powered speakers. I did a review on the R1700 BTS. That is the only experience I've had with Edifier, but they're very good. Well, quick E. What about checking out some more Dolly speakers? I do. I have the Spectre 2s in my house. They are in my house. I cannot wait to listen to them. Do y'all have any questions about the Crichton and the Encores? About that video that went up today? Or the Heresies? I listened to them a bit. Hey, Randy. I'm the guy harassing you to show us how to do the DOI speaker veneers. You can do it. Bro, there's so much involved with doing these DIY videos. Um, it's tough to do. I got to figure out a better way to do it. Maybe I'll show like how to do like one or two panels on it. Uh, but this DIY stuff has like taken over everything because it just takes so long to do. Any plans to review a Tecton mini lore or lore reference? I talked to Eric over at Tecton a while back. I think maybe I need to reach back out to him and see if he's willing to send anything out. Hey, Nuno Fernandez. Do expensive turntables really sound that much better? I think it depends on who you. I'm not the guy to ask about turntables. I know John Darko's got a ton of experience with turntables. Obviously, Ron at New Record Day has a ton of experience with turntables. I am a budget guy. I've got an Fluence RT83. I think it sounds great. So yeah, Salvador. What up with the Heresies? They're cool looking. They're very. They have a very distinct sound. I have not listened to the Fortes. No, I haven't. Are there any powered speakers that can match or are better than amp speakers? I think that depends on who you're going to ask. I don't have a ton of experience with powered speakers. Um, it just depends who you're going to ask. Personally, I like the freedom of being able to do a different amp, DAC, and all that stuff. But I don't think anybody can argue with the convenience of a powered speaker. I just don't have enough time on any of them to really be able to um, talk intelligently about it. Is there any additional Patreon content coming for the DIY? Yes, Brian. I'm probably going to shoot that video maybe tonight on the behind the scenes between the Encore and the Crichton. What are your thoughts on running a dedicated power line to eliminate noise before it gets to your components? I think that sounds like a lot of work. And if you're interested in that, maybe a power conditioner, or I know there's some components out there that switch AC to DC and then back into AC to clean things up. Um, I don't know if a dedicated power line would actually solve any of the noise problems. Um, but yeah, I'm not the right guy to ask about that, about power stuff. Um, I just don't have any experience. Steve Z, are the heresies all you thought they'd be? They're different than I thought they'd be. Um, different. The heresies are different. Quickie. They are. I mean, I can see and hear a difference. I can see and hear some magic in there, but they are not a. Hmm. They're not a do-it-all speaker. Like it's what I would consider pretty um particular speaker. Pretty particular speaker so far. It sounds great with some stuff and sounds okay with other stuff. Matt wants to hear some Tecton. Cool. Hey, new record day. What up, Ron? What are you doing? Ron, I fell asleep on the couch at my brother's house. I came back to the hotel to do a live stream. And one of your Ron and Randy podcasts, you said it's something like an amp can't have too much power. Can you explain? An amp can't have too much power. I don't know if I ever said that. Actually, I'm kind of a proponent of like 20-watt a channel amplifiers and stuff. I don't remember saying that. I just ordered the Sony SSCS5s and you sold me. What amp can I buy that isn't more than $500 with a sub out? Hmm, hmm, hmm. Well, the Emotiva TA100, SMSL SA300, SMSL 8018, topping X3, SMSL DA8, SMSL DA9. Let's see what else. I think those all have sub outs. Would you describe the Crichton as warm and the Encore as bright? No, no, not at all. I would describe them, Tony, as both being neutral, and that the Crichton has an emphasis on the lower mids and bass, where the Encores have an emphasis on the upper mids and treble. But neither one of them is bright nor warm. They're very neutral. Good day, sir. I got a Dolly Spectre 2 speaker and power them with Nobo 10G Pro. They sound amazing, but I need something other than Bluetooth to connect the amp to smart TV. Any suggestions? A DAC, yeah. So look at the Shit Modi, the Topping E30, the SMSL Sanskrit. Um, all of those are going to be able to take an optical or coax from your TV and put it right into your amp. So you need a DAC. And if that is a little bit on the pricey side for you, there's a lot of options like $15, $20. Just look at a DAC. Just type in DAC uh, into or digital analog converter into Amazon. Any experience with vintage amps like Marantz? No, I don't. I would love to, but I just don't have any. Curious on today's speaker shootout compared to the UB5 2.0, since you said the ELAC would be hard to beat. Feliciano, they have very similar sound signatures. I think the ELACs have a bit more bass presence than the Encores and a bit less bass presence than the Crichtons, but both the Encore and the Crichton have way better bass clarity. Do you see where the money goes on in heresy? I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't know where it goes. Hello from the UK. What up, Lay Hull? Sony SSCS5 speakers still good in 2021 to buy as compared to other bookshelves. I think for the price they're excellent. I think they're hard to beat. I think the JBL Stage A130s are pretty awesome for a little bit more money. I think the I'm getting distracted by Ron's comment. I look like a hacker. Yeah, in a hotel room hacking away some things. I don't know what I was saying. Thanks, Ron, for screwing everything up. What's the bass like on the Heresies? Not as big much as you'd think. There's a boost, a bump. Um, I think there's a bump around 80, probably. Um, not a lot of lower stuff, not a lot of extension on the Heresies. Oh, we were talking about the Sony SSCS5. So I think the real budget gems are the Sony SSCS5s and the JBL Stage A130s, and maybe the JBL S803. I think the JBLs and the Sonys are much cleaner, clearer than the Yamos. Powered speakers scare me. Well, all speakers scare me because not many companies can get their crossovers right. I'm picky. Oh, major static, get in there, make your own. Rip all that stuff out, make your own. There are power filters on Amazon that plug in your outlet, which are then plug in your equipment into. I don't have any experience with those. They sound cool though. What are your thoughts on Kevin, religion, and politics? Two things we'll never talk about. Ron's the best. Do you think the CSS speakers would not come fully alive in a smaller space? No, I think they do. Um, I think they really start to get up and boogie about 75 dB. That's when everything really comes together. What's the bass? Okay, we already talked about that. What do you think of SVS compared to Emotiva speakers? They're different. SVS uses aluminum dome, I believe, and the Emotiva uses the folding ribbon or AMT tweeter. So they're a little bit different. A little bit different. Personally, I kind of like Emotiva a little bit better because they have just that crazy um, clarity. What kind of sound system did you have in the U.S. submarines? Do they play relaxing music to take the edge off your claustrophobia? They do not play any music because then other submarines would be able to hear us. No, we all had headphones. About the Rocket 5 4 years ago, and they are great as a near field speaker. Very cool. Okay. I look like a hacker. Thank you, Ron. Do you ever get excited anymore about speakers that you get in? You just have to open right away. So, Richard, yes, I still do for sure. And some of them get opened up right, right away. Some of them sit in their box for a while. But yes, for sure, I do. I get really excited about anything, but there's some things that like they don't stay in the box very long. How long till I'm doing this full time? I suggest you don't. You'll lose the passion. Well, I'll tell you what I'm losing passion for is, or what I'm gaining passion for is sleep. So I would love to do this full time so that I could sleep. Just hooked up at RSL Speed with our what a good crossover point. Cool. Hello, Manos. Hello from Greece. Actually, I was talking to my niece this morning. She's going to do a study abroad in Athens. You are the best. You are. I bought a Denon 2700H receiver for home cinema and music. I bought Yamos S809 for front channels. Cool. Yamo S81 for center channel and two 801s for surround. That sounds like an awesome setup. Those Yamos sound pretty good. Mm-mm-mm. You think it would be a good choice? How do they compare to Wharfdale 11 series? I didn't see what you asked, Manos. Um, or the Yamos are going to be quite a bit more exciting on top than the 11 series Wharfdale. Although the 11 series are going to have much better mid range and better clarity on the mid range and bass. Any budget sub recs? Really, any of them. The Polk uh, PSW 10, I believe, about 100 bucks, 130 bucks. This Sony, when it goes on sale, I'd steer clear of Clips. Their stuff's overpriced for budget subs. Bic of America, even mono price subs, all pretty good for around 100 bucks. Bulldozer, replacing a semi-vintage turntable. Got a Fluence RT85, awesome. Order the Clips RP6000F, awesome. Got a great deal on them. Now I need a new amp preamp combo. Sad face. Well, it's fun to do the it's fun to look at them. Look at all of them. Diamond 11.4 sound phenomenal with the Crown XLS and the topping D70S. MQA going directly into it. I am using a good Pangea power cord. Ooh, that sounds fun. Actually, I have the Crown. I should hook the Crown up to the 11.4s and see how that sounds. Waiting for my roommate to leave so I can turn it up on. Yeah, nice. Oh, someone sent me a sticker. What is that? A towel? Poke subs are nice for cheapies. Yeah. Ooh, thank you, Les Matthews. $5 Canadian. $5 Canadian. Oh, Louie, what up, Louie? So $5. So half of that is going to Homes for Our Troops. Top speaker recommendation for around $1,000. That would be the Crichton 1TD or the XLS Encore with all the upgrades. You're gonna have to make them yourself, though, or you're gonna have to have someone else make them. But those are now my top two recommendations for under $1,000. Then it would be the ELAC Unify UB52. And my crossover set the wrong place for years. I eventually just sat down one day and played with the crossover point until it sounded like it was in phase by ear. Very cool. That's how I do it. Oh, Dave B loves my Amazon Music channel. That's 250 American. I don't think Canada and American is the same. Oh, right. I don't know. Maybe it is. Got some root beer. You ever want to give yourself a treat? Have a root beer or cream soda in a Twix bar. It's a nice little treat. Make you think of your childhood. The Encore, is it best to upgrade any of the components or is it still really awesome at factory? Well, they're both factory, Richard, but yes, it's awesome. Louis, come on now. Louis Sipes just dropped in $100. Send some to Ron for the Randy Fund. I will do it, Louis. Louis, that is so generous of you. And Louis, I really enjoy having you on the Zooms. It's a lot of fun to see you, man. And I like it when I make you laugh. Steve Edmonds says root beer. Louis, very, very, very generous of you. And I appreciate it, man. And I really appreciate it. What size sub is good enough to pair with Sony SSCS5? And is Sony good enough for a small medium room? Yes. Really anything. 8-inch from Emotiva SE8 is great. I really enjoy that. It doesn't really, the size of the sub per se, like the driver doesn't matter. I think as much as how it's implemented, how much power it's putting out, how well it can play before it distorts. So sizes and everything. Thank goodness. Best sub for Techno. SVS SB1000 Pro. I don't know why I said that, but it's sealed and it's awesome and it's fast. Greetings from Mauritius. Originally wanted Audiolab 6000A. However, when looking at speakers, the amps seem to be bottom. So now I'm going for the Technics. Okay. I don't know. I don't have any experience with either of those. That's a bit outside my price range. I don't have any experience with that. I think Andrew Robinson reviewed a bunch of Technic stuff. Just got a pair of Wharfdale 11.4s for more than half off. Killer speakers. I agree, Cameron. I love those speakers. I've been looking into getting something some surround speakers. Clips R51Ms are pretty cheap, but are there anything else I should take a look at? Yes. N- I'm not a fan of the Clips R51s. You have a whole bunch of options in that price range. Stage A130, Emotiva B1 Plus, Yamaha S803, mm, Q Acoustics 3020 Eyes. Hmm. There's a lot of stuff in there that I would get way before I get the R51s. But that's me. Some people love the R51. I don't think it has any mid range or bass. Have you heard of Paul Commodities DIY speakers? I haven't. They seem to be a little cheaper than your DIY recommendations, but receive some good reviews. I haven't. I do want to check out the Dolly Oberon. You think the Emotiva B1 Plus is a good price at 230 and worth it? Absolutely. That speaker is one of the best deals in hi-fi, in my opinion. If you're into clarity, absolutely. I think it's a great speaker. Greetings from South Africa. I have a lot of international viewers today. Just got myself Polk S60E Tyler speakers with a Denon amp. Enjoy your DIY videos. Definitely going to be delving into DIY soon. Just enjoying the Polks now. That's very cool. You know, the cool thing about being overseas and the DIY stuff is have somebody local wherever you're at make the enclosures and then have the kits sent over because the kits you're probably not going to get hammered on shipping with the kits, because it's kind of a smaller box. So it's not like you're getting sent over a huge thing. So find some woodworker over where you're at and have them make up the enclosures for you. Or if you're good at that, do it yourself. DIY. DIY. I'm loving my RP 500Ms I got based on your recommendation. Very cool. I like them too. Very lively, like you mentioned, especially for the 269 I paid for them. Now I need to sell my SVS Prime towers. Very cool. Yeah, the RP 500Ms are cool. I EQ'd them a little bit, brought down 2K a little bit, but yeah. Ooh, yeah. Dolan says the shipping is still pretty expensive to Canada. They also hit you with duty. Oh, duty. Oberon ones might be an upgrade to the Spectres. I would think so, considering they're more expensive, made by the same company. I would hope they'd be an upgrade. Uh, I'd love to do them. I'm just happy I finally got them to send me something. I'm a do-it-yourself, but I do car audio stuff more. Cool. I used to do car audio stuff. I enjoy that. I'm tired, gents. I don't think we have any ladies in here. Do you like Baltic or the veneer better concerning labor and looks? Oh, well, concerning labor, the Baltic every day of the week. Like straight looks, probably the veneer. But it took longer than I thought it was going to take to veneer. You should totally ask fans like us to submit the pictures of their system and make an episode or two out of that. We would love it. That would be cool. I know Steve Gutenberg does that. That's pretty cool. Oh, Steve Zedman throwing $4.99 down. I don't know. I got this. I'm out. Keep it up. Thanks, Steve, and thank you for the testimonial for my Patreon. I appreciate that. It was very nice of you to say that you don't listen to me. You just watch me move around. Just kidding. I made it all up. Why are you hacking computers now? Did you run out of speakers to review, Ron? Yeah, I'm a black hat hacker. I know you reviewed the PSB Alpha P5s, but you should check out the P3s for near field. Cool. The same folks that handle Dolly handle PSB. I'm trying to build a center channel for the Yamo set I mentioned before. When I replace the Yamo center channel, I'll have four 5.25 Orsha, one intruder. Will it be too much? I don't know. Are you making it yourself? Trying to build a center? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to design center channels for sure. I don't know. You know what you could do is just take two Let's say you take like two 8 ohm bookshelf speakers and then run them in parallel for a 4 ohm load. I don't know. That might blow something up. John Menard, hello from England. Love the videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Will you take on more DIY challenges since those two were so successful? Maybe. I still have a lot more to go with both of those. Like I need to do the upgrades on both of them, do some listening to them. Actually, I want to change up the crossover a bit on the Crichton. What are the most fun sounding speakers to you? Nothing neutral, more of a U-shaped sound with hefty bass. Mm-mm-mm. Oh. The Yamos are fun, but they don't have the clarity that I like. I think the Encores are super fun. Um, they're a lot of fun. Crichtons are too, but for different reasons. What kind of veneer did I put on the Crichtons? It's called ebony, and CSS sent that to me. Yeah, this audio review stuff is just a cover. Yeah, from hacking. Listen, I can barely turn on Instagram. I don't think I'm hacking anything. Also, I may have missed it, but I was curious about your favorite musical artists. I like metal and grunge, so Metallica, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, Alice in Chains, um, all that stuff. Basically, all the stuff that was going on when I was in my formative teenage years. Oh, Kevin Garner, $20. Kevin, what are you giving me $20 for? Good day to help someone I don't know, and thank you all for veterans out there. You're welcome, brother. $10 going to homes for our troops. John, what's up? John, I'm in Iowa right now. I'm in Iowa for the next probably 14 hours. I'm going to upgrade any of your components. Okay. If I'm going to upgrade any of the components on the Encore, what would you recommend? Um, Richard, I think you should go with the stock one. I think they're great to begin with. You could look at upgrading the tube connectors, which are basically the binding posts. That's another $50. But I think the best bang for the buck is just the stock setup and maybe add the tube connectors. Quickie, what's my favorite album? Probably Master of Puppets or the Nirvana one with the baby in the pool. Hello, Brett. Rainey, just watched the Saturday shootout. Should I just upgrade the GR Research Exilus Encore crossover right out of the gate? And why? Dan, yeah, I don't know if that's necessary. I need to spend more time with it. I haven't, but it is remarkable just the way it is in stock form. Maybe look at no res. I just put polyfill in mine though, and they're amazing. Amazing. Listening to STP right now. Very cool, Brett. Did you? I upgraded my S20 with the GR Research kit. No, I did not. Actually, I don't even own the S20s anymore. Tulsa Tony has them now. Ooh, any thoughts about trying out the Diamond 225s? No, not right now. No, I haven't had any plans to bring those in. John, I am outside of Des Moines, Urbandale. I love parts of Iowa. That's what Major Static X says. Just like the gun show. It's just a cover. I don't know. Never mind. Yeah, I can't believe. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking real straight right now. I drove many, many miles yesterday. This is Saturday Night Live. Where's John Belushi? Where's Bill Murray? Where's Dan Aykroyd? Where's Mr. Bill? Oh no. Yeah. Those guys were on Saturday Night Live like when it was like in the 80s, early 80s, I think. Looking for a half decent headphone amp with a remote. Okay. Any spring to mind. Cheers for the vids. Keep them coming. I'm trying to think with the remote. I don't know. Like the iFi Neo IDSD has a remote and it's a DAC and a headphone amp. It's pretty expensive though. It's like $650. I think the problem is the remote. However, if you get a DAC with a remote and then run that into your headphone amp, then you have a remote and you can control volume. Just ordered the XLS Encore last night. I got the works though. Nice. Very cool. Nirvana, never mind. I never remember. I don't know why. Fire Eyes, $5. Thank you. 250 going to Homes for Our Troops. I also ordered the Clips Reference Theater Pack Reference 5.1 and the Sony SDR DH790. Do I think that's decent for entry level? Absolutely. Give it a try. It'll be fun. It'll be a blast. With the reference series from Clips, though, I think you're definitely going to need a sub. Okay, Doland, you should consider making an episode that focuses on the best cheap speakers that can be upgraded to with the crossover to really shine. That would be fun, but that is not something I'm willing to jump into right now because, frankly, I think most speakers could be upgraded with a better crossover. So, and here's the thing. Let's say you buy a $150 or $200 speaker, and then you have to buy a $200 crossover. That's $400. You might as well just buy the XLS Encores to begin with, because I think it's going to sound better. That would be my recommendation. Or you can just buy a budget speaker, pull it out, look at what the crossover is, and then just buy better components. Any upcoming IEM reviews? Yeah, I'm thinking about doing these. These are the queens of audio. I believe these are the Adonis or something like that. So yes, they will be coming. When listening of your phone is connecting to the amp directly fine, or you need a DAC. Usually, you don't need a DAC, but I would recommend a DAC because generally, unless you have a specific phone, uh, an external DAC is going to make things sound much better. But you can go straight out of the headphone to an RCA, like 3.5 millimeter RCA. Topping E30 for headphones, Kevin Gardner. Well, it doesn't have a headphone jack. The MX3 does. The E30 does not. So we'll talk about that. Let's talk about that offline, Kevin, and we'll talk about like what kind of sound signature do you like? Oh, Fire Eyes. Thanks, man. He found my videos and enjoys them. Thank you so much. Steve Zedman, I thought I'd hear from you on the drive. I'm driving tomorrow. I'm driving tomorrow too, Steve, so maybe we'll talk to each other. Greetings from the UK, dude. Greetings, Matt. I don't know why I did this. SVS Prime Bookshelf or XLS Encore? XLS Encore. Yeah. Are you a fan of Local H? Yeah. Local H actually opened for, they opened for Avenged Sevenfold, which opened for Metallica. So yeah, I got to hear Local H live. They're good. They're loud. They play loud. Howard Wrightson. Thank you. I like what you do. Fire Eyes got it up from Costco. Very cool. What source am I listening off of usually? Unusually? I like that. Unusually. I usually listen to I've been listening to the iFi Neo IDSD lately. I also have a topping D50S I listen to quite a bit. And my computer's going into that. So, RG, am I rich? No. Does not get much cheaper than Danny's GR kit. Exactly right. Yeah, that's tough to beat at the price. It really is. If you can do the assembly and stuff, even if you have to pay somebody to do the assembly, it's still a tough speaker to beat at the price. The best cheap speaker GR Research has crossover upgrades for the Sony SSC. So right, but you pay $150 for the Sony, $200 for the crossover. You're at $350. Might as well just save an extra $50 and get the Encore. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. Out of the box, would you say the XLS have a better tweeter than the CSS? I wouldn't say better. I'd say the way that they have the crossover done, that the treble is more apparent. But I think on paper, actually, the CSS tweeter is could be argued to be the superior tweeter. How it's implemented though is different, but it's it's a fantastic tweeter. It's fantastic. I really like it. GRE so bundles the $50 post upgrade. I don't believe that makes a real difference. Yeah, I have to do more testing on that, Dolan. I will tell you, I tried the tube connectors, and then I did one with the really high quality Dayton Audio tube post. Jesus, I can't think. The binding post, good gravy, and they both sounded spectacular. So I'd have to do some more research. Fire Eyes, yeah, you sold me on the Sony SSCS5 speakers and the Sony 790, and then I purchased. Cool. Have you checked out any 10 audio IEMs? Yeah, 10 T2s and the 10 P1s. I have reviews on both of those. Uh, I haven't tried the T4s. I've tried the 10 T2s and the P1s. I love both of them. Both of them. You need an amp though for the P1s. They're a little bit power hungry. Danny sells an XMTM Encore. How much better is it than XLS? I haven't heard it. I like just regular bookshelves, tweeter and woofer. I haven't heard the MTM. What I think of the Denon? Oh, new record day. It's not that they are better, they just have deeper bass. Ron. Oh, Ron, I'm tired. Fell asleep on my brother's couch watching the Nebraska Red Bike game. I'm gonna have to jump off here actually to get ready to go back to my brother's house for my niece's graduation party. Love the low budget reviews. My system was under a grand used, and I'm always looking for upgrades. I'm with you, Vaughn. We're sticking to the inexpensive stuff. However, I'm going to be doing a review on the Klipsch Heresies. Question for anyone. I have the shit Modi. How much better is the Bifrost? I couldn't answer that. I haven't heard the Bifrost. I find Neos versus Zen worth the extra cash. It depends. Um, if you need a remote, maybe. I think the Zen sounds pretty amazing already. Does the Neo sound better? Yeah, it sounds cleaner. Um, I think there's more dynamic range with the Neo. Is it worth like 4 times the cost though? I don't know. That's a tough question. It's tough. What do you think of Dolby Atmos overall? I think it's great if it's implemented properly, but I think it's easier to implement just a regular old 5.1 or 5.2, much easier than it is to implement Dolby Atmos. And I enjoy 5. Actually, I enjoy 5.1, and I used to enjoy 4.1 about as much as I enjoy Atmos. Not a ton of content out there. Oh, Louis Sives is the one that asked about the Modi and the Bifrost. You know, Louis, what they have? They also have a Modi multi-bit, which is basically the multi-bit. I think it's the same ones they use in the Bifrost, and it's in the Modi. It's $250. So if you're looking to look at a multi-bit DAC, that might be the way to go instead of going all the way to the Bifrost. Tube connectors make sense if used on good quality and detail revealing systems. I think this is a true statement with quality speaker cables. Someone uses a $10 USD Amazon speaker cable, it would not make much sense. I agree. I agree with that for the most part. I don't know about the speaker cables because I haven't had enough time, but yeah, you need a revealing system. Now, the speakers, the Encores are revealing. So you need a revealing amp. Like if you had like the Sony 2 channel $100 amp, I don't know if you're going to hear a difference. But if you have something a little bit better, you're probably going to hear a difference. It's a bit better. Haha, DAC humor. I love that. That's funny. Oh, Steve Zedman, there you go. Steve's talking about the Bifrost. Do, do, do. A bit out of my price range. Okay. Waiting for the shit multi-bit Modi. Nice. 12-week back order. Are you serious? I thought it was just coming back into stock. Clips Synergy F1 is front. Thinking about upgrading. What should you suggest? Clips R51, Clips RP400M, ELEC debut B6.2. Yeah, 6.2s. 6.2s. The 400M, the RP400Ms are good, but they're tiny. Okay. RP500Ms are pretty good. ELAC 6.2s or ELAC 5.2s. Better, in my opinion. Hey, thanks, Ludwiger Willie. Love you too. What I'm saying is spot on. Spot on. I don't know what are you referring to, Ron? That I'm a hacker? Mm, 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 mm. Kevin sold the Modi multi-bit. Kept the Modius. Cool. Tried side by side. Cool. Ooh, Modius. Balanced. Da, 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 da. Recommend the Modius over the okay. Or the STD. Okay, 7-channel Sony. Got a good deal. Cool. Ooh, have you ever tried Dirac room correction? If so, do you think it's worth it? Be about $500 in additional equipment. Hey, Ron and Rooney, is Dirac worth it? So, who asked that question? Geo. I think if you talk to some people, the answer is going to be a resounding absolutely yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Please stop hacking my chat, Randy. I'm not even typing this. Ron's funny. You funny guy, Ron. Oh, what is my favorite between RHA and FIO? What's your favorite clips? I don't know what you're saying, man. Clips, something, audio engine, Mackie, Yamaha studio monitors. I don't have any experience with any of those powered speakers, unfortunately. Review of any Focal speakers. Not right now. Is Pioneer not a thing anymore? I don't know. Oh. At Louis Sipes. Randy, GoFundMe is up. Not to be confused, you're not funding me, you're funding Ron's uh, microphone head. Oh, in my opinion, what's my favorite home theater surround sound speakers? Well, right now I have what the heck are they called? They have that passive radiator. My brain's not thinking correctly right now. Definitive Technology. Okay, I have the Definitive Technology. I think it's the Studio 1000s or something like that. And I like them because they're a little bit bright and they're my rear channels. Okay. However, if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably either use the Sony SSCS5s or uh, probably the Emotiva B1 Plus. Is if I was setting up a new system, that's what I would use for surrounds. There you go. Ron's chiming in about DRAC. Where'd you go, Ron? Popped up. There he is. Ron says, and I believe him, Dirac is awesome for a lot of folks, especially if you can't or don't want to invest in room treatment. So it is said, so it shall be. Dirac is awesome. Dirac can be incredible. I'm using the Mini DSP, and I had to bring the curtain down to 200. Adjusting above that took all the air out of the system. Hey, there's B-Rock. What's up, B-Rock? You got in here just in time. I'm about ready to call it quits here. I need to get over to my brother's house. Feliciano, if I downloaded Amazon Music for Windows, can I control it with the Amazon Music app on the iPhone? I don't think so. Not sure if you know if this works similar to that of Spotify. No, but what you can do, Feliciano, is buy the Amazon link and then connect it to your system, and then you'll be good. Hey, there's Danny Ritchie. Hey, man, I just wanted to watch the shootout video. Excellent job, man. Thank you, Danny. Hey, Danny, excellent job on making some awesome sounding speakers that are very affordable and that I recommend all the time to everybody now. Danny's speakers rock. They rock. They're very good. I don't know how that tweeter is so good. Quite frankly, I don't know how that woofer is so good at that price. $400, folks. If you have some wood glue and a little bit of resolve and tenacity, you can put together one of the best speakers you've ever heard. And I think it would go toe to toe with anything below $1,000. They are incredible. Search GoFundMe for Ron. Best budget 2-channel amp to push my front speakers. Depends on what the speakers are. If they're a little bit neutral to warm, I'd say any of like the SMSL SA300, AD18, Topping MX3, Fozzy Audio stuff. Oh, there it is. Oh, hey, the Sabage A30 is a great little budget amp for 135. I just got that in. I just got that Sabage. Danny said, hey, if I want to review the fully upgraded one and don't want to spend 400 hours burning them in, I'll loan you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Danny. I have no doubt in my mind that they're incredible. I mean, here's the thing, Danny. I don't know, like, I'm sure they can get better and I'm sure they are better, but I mean, like the bar, you set the bar so high with the regular bass encore. It's just amazing. And my first customer one went out, he received it today. He put them up. He loves the way they look and he loves even more the way they sound. He's very impressed with them. Very, very impressed. All right, a few more questions, and I'm going to call it good. I have to go back to my brother's, eat his food, talk to my. It's funny. It's like so I'm with my folks and like my aunt, uncle, and then my sister-in-law's folks, and they're all old, right? They literally had a 10-minute conversation about sub sandwiches, like old people talking about sub sandwiches. Well, what is this one? Okay, well this one has provolone. Well, this one has turkey. I think this one has ham. And then they talked about ice, like we need to bring 10 bags of ice. I'm like, have we been talking about ice for 10 minutes? Go buy ice and put it in your car and then bring it over there. Why are we talking about ice? And why are we talking about sub sandwiches? Old people. 10 minutes about sandwiches. Newer. And Ron, it wasn't in a good way. It was in a, this is obvious to everybody, but we're going to discuss it. And then my mom always says, kids, there's chips over there. Thanks, Mom. I saw them. Yep, they have the sun chips. There's Doritos too. I think there's some Cheetos over there. Old people. I can't wait till I have nothing to worry about and I can discuss sandwiches for 10 minutes. Oh, I love them. They're awesome. They're the greatest people on the planet. But they sure like to talk about stupid shit for a long time. Tulsa Tony saying, remember, we are all working to make it to old. Very well on my way. Tony, you're fine. I feel like I'm in the world I never knew about. Laugh out loud. My best friend and I spent 10. Oh, man. I love my family, but I'm glad I don't live in the same state as they do. Cherish your time with your parents. My dad just died. Oh, man, I am so sorry, Major Static X. And all this isn't kidding. I love hanging out with my folks. It's just, I was trying to comment on the difference between retired folks and other folks. Oh, Brock talked about his abdominal surgery for 10 minutes. I feel like this is taking a turn for the worst. Brock. Tony Jenk. Hey, Tony. Brock just got his crossover that I soldered up for him. I soldered it all wrong, Brock. It's going to sound terrible, just so you know. Good gravy, JC. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to like make fun of anything. I love my folks. JC, I'm so sorry about that. That's terrible. That's terrible. We have to change the subject here to make it happier before I end this. Okay, Jerome. So for the B5.2s or 6.2s, where I'm from looking at 300, 350, what would you suggest? Anything any better? Okay, so the 6.2s are better if you can get them close to the wall and get a little bit more power running through them. If you're going to do more lower volume listening, I'd go with the 5.2s. If you can get some juice running through them, 6.2s are great. JC says we're all good. We know you're being lighthearted. Thank you, man. Tulsa Tony's 65. He's a young man though. He's 25 at heart. Is Denon overpriced like Marantz? I think that's relative. I think all the traditionally distributed stuff could be considered expensive. And Denon and Marantz receivers and integrateds and stuff like that are in short supply right now because of supply issues. Um, but I mean, if you're in the home theater, you don't have a lot of choices. David is new to the channel, just saw the first few vids, so it might be a stupid question, but so far I just saw reviews of passive speakers. You also have videos on active speakers. Cheers from Germany. Guten Tag. David, I've only reviewed one powered speaker right now, and that is the Edifier R1700 BTS. I'll probably get a few powered in. Vaughn said, I tried replacing my damaged Moni with a topping E30, but it sounded awful. I want a new Moni, but I live in Canada. Yeah, the E30 can be a bit analytical. Still working on those ribs for you, buddy. Thanks for answering my email. You bet, Joel. Appreciate it. Look out for some good deals on the 6.2s. Sometimes those 6.2s go down to $299, I think. Actually, I think they go down to $250 sometimes. I think I bought mine for $250 or less than that. All right, gents. I'm going to say goodbye. I appreciate all the super chats. So 50% of that's going to Homes for Our Troops. I need to actually pay Homes for Our Troops for March. Appreciate y'all being here. Go listen to some good music and enjoy yourselves. Kiss your families. Hug yourself. Be kind to yourself. Hug your family. Hug your speakers. Kiss your CDs. I don't know. Do something. Enjoy some music. I'm going to go listen to some Mumford and Sons as I drive to my brother's house. Love you guys all. Love you, love you, love you, love you.